let's solve this first inequality. So I draw my balancing line. And then I'm using don't call me after midnight. So the first thing I need to do is distribute. So we are going to distribute the 2, which means we're multiplying the 2 to everything inside the parentheses. 2 times 3x is, good, 6x. And 2 times negative 4, negative 8. We are not distributing to 2x, so we just bring it down. We're doing one step at a time here. Is greater than or equal to 12. So that was D, distribute. Now we're going to C, don't call. So combine like terms, if you can. Remember that wall, that line down the middle reminds us you can't combine unless they're on the same side. So my like terms here are 6x and 2x, which would get me 8x minus 8 is greater than or equal to 12. M stands for move the variables to one side. That's only if you have variables on both sides. Do you? Do you have variables on both sides? No. So you don't have to do that. So we're going to move on to A, add or subtract.
Add.
Yep. We're going to add 8. Which is going to get us 8x. Oh my gosh. 8x is greater than or equal to 20. Because 12 plus 8 is 20. And then the last step, don't call me after midnight, is multiply or divide. We are going to divide by 8 because currently it is multiplied. I know that you can get a decimal answer. I don't want a decimal answer. What do I want? A fraction. Get used to it. So we're going to simplify that fraction. So we have 20 divided by 8. What can 20 and 8 both be divided by? 2 and 4. So we're going to divide the top and the bottom by 4, which would get us 5 over 2, or 5 halves. So x is greater than or equal to 5 halves. And if we don't have to do every single step, but that's what we're checking for. So first thing to check for, don't call me after midnight, is distribute. Can you distribute? Yep, let's do it. 3 times j is? 3j. 3 times negative 6. What is 3 times negative 6? Negative 18, good. Bring down the plus 2. That's still less than 5j minus 4. So that's D for distribute. Now we're going to C, combine like terms. Maddie, what are my like terms? Great. Yeah, remember that line down the middle. You can only combine if they're on the same side. So that will get me negative 18, and then I go up 2 on my number line. Where am I at? Negative 16. Thank you. Is less than 5j minus 4. Let's check the next thing. Don't call me. So me stands for the move your variables to one side. Do we need to do that? Yes. Yep, because I got j on the left and a j on the right. Ashlyn, what should I do to move them? Right now the 3 is positive, so how would I take it away? There you go. So remember that negative sign, that goes with a 16, so we're going to subtract 3j. Oops. Because we are doing the opposite. It's a positive, we need to subtract. That'll give us negative 16 is less than, what's 5j minus 3j? 2j's minus 4. So don't call me, that was the m. Now we're going to check, should we add or subtract? Add. We're going to add 4 because right now it's subtracted. And we're trying to get j by itself. That would give us negative 12 is less than 2j because I'm at negative 16 and I go up 4. What's the last thing I need to do, Carly? Why am I dividing?
Because 2 and j are multiplying.
Right. Negative 12 divided by positive 2. Negative 6. And we are not flipping the sign because we divided by a positive number. Just because our answer is negative, we don't flip. So it's still a less than sign. Negative 6 is less than j. So this was the add or subtract and then multiply or divide. Let's think about it. Oh, we got to draw the balancing line. Guys, what is half of 6x? 3. So I'm going to put 3x. So we are distributing, by the way. So D for distribute. And then what is half of negative 2? Negative 1 is greater than or equal to 3x minus 1. Anybody notice something? Yep, it's the same. This is a special case. Remember, if you get something special at the end, you have to say either infinite solutions or no solutions. But we'll get there in a moment. So that was distribute. Can we combine like terms? No, they're on different sides. So no. Do we need to move our variables to one side? Do we have variables on both sides right now? We do not like that. So we need to move them to one side. 3x is positive. How do I take it away? Subtract 3x. And below the other one as well. Now, here's what I'm seeing on your quizzes, and you'll see it when I give it back to you tomorrow. I am seeing many of us were like, okay, subtract 3x, subtract 3x. And then magically, there's still an x floating around. What is 3x minus 3x? 0x. Should you have any x's anymore? No. Goodbye. They are gone. You subtracted them away. They are at 0 x's. I don't want to see an x in the problem anymore because this is one of those special ones where they cancel out. Goodbye to my variable. So all I have left is negative 1 is greater than or equal to negative 1. It's okay. It's a special one. So it's going to be all right. Let's decide. Is this true? Is negative 1 greater than negative 1? No. Is negative 1 equal to negative 1? Yeah, so it is true. Because it's greater than or equal to. So that's true. But you don't just write true. What do we put? Infinite solutions or identity or all real numbers. Any of those are great. I'll put infinite solutions on this one. If I can spell. You got to say infinite solutions or no solutions. One of those. Or identity or all real numbers. If you get something special like this. That's your final answer. We're going to multiply here, which should get us 2w plus 11 minus 6w, that's all the same, is less than or equal to 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 times negative 2w is negative 4w. Can I combine like terms? Charlie, what are my like terms? Thank you. Are you sure it's 6w? Thank you. So that would mean negative 4w plus 11 is less than or equal to 12 minus 4w. Perhaps you notice they both have negative 4w. That does not make it infinite solutions. You have to keep going because this will, we got to find out if it ends up being true or false. Andrew, negative 4w, it's negative right now. What do I do to take it away? So we're going to add 4w. Add 4w. What happens to the w's? Goodbye. They're gone. I don't want to see any more W's in this problem because -4 plus 4 is 0. You have 0 W's. Don't write a W. It's gone. Okay. 11 is less than or equal to 12 is all we have left. It's okay. Is that true? 11 is less than 12. So if it's true, again, you can say identity or all real numbers or infinite solutions. What do we do if we end up with something, again, if we end up with something that's false, what do we say? No solutions. If it's false, it's no solutions. Both of these happen to be true. If you don't write one of these things, identity, all real numbers, infinite solutions, or no solutions, then your answer is not complete. Bummer. You don't have Amazon Prime. You got to pay the shipping. Isn't that the worst? That's happened to me a few times, and I've been angry about it. So I had to pay the $5.99 for the whole order, and what's happening over and over and over and over and over? Presumably, Noah, what's happening every single time?
Paying $12.99 for each book.
Okay. And then our total, I guess you could say, would be $150. Remember what we said? The thing that happens once is a loan. The thing that happens over and over has a variable next to it because it's multiplied. Because it's happening again and again and again. So we are going to go write our equation. No, our inequality now. It says write and solve an inequality. You have $150 in birthday money. So $12.99. What do we want to use for our variable? Okay. My other class said X, and I thought that was so boring. Let B be equal to the number of books. Define your variable. If I ask you to define your variable, that is what I mean. $12.99. Does $12.99 get a variable? Yes, $12.99 per book plus $5.99. I'm totaling my cost. Does $5.99 get a variable? No. Because it happened one time. You're not going to multiply it. My total here is $150. So I'm going to put a space because we got to figure out what sign to use. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys some questions and then I'll ask for your feedback here. Can we spend more than $150? No. Can we spend $150? Yeah, you can spend exactly $150. Can you spend less than $150? Okay, so you can spend less. You can spend exactly $150, but you can't spend more. This part stands for, this is your cost. So this whole entire thing, this whole expression, is your total cost. So your total cost has to be something to 150. Which sign needs to go there? Riley? Less than or equal to. Yeah, it has to be less than or equal to. Because you can spend $150, but you can't go over that. So your total cost has to be less than or equal to $150. Let's solve that equation. Some of us are getting freaked out when we see decimals. Use your calculator. Use your calculator. It's okay. We're going to solve this like any other two-step equation. We're going to add or subtract, then multiply or divide. So we'll subtract $5.99 because it's being added. Anyone got what I get when I subtract $5.99? Lexi?
134.01.
Good. And now we need to divide by $12.99 because it's multiplied. It's right next to a variable. B is less than or equal to, I don't know what that is, so Y'all can type in your calculator. The question was to figure out how many books we can buy. Can we buy 0.1 of a book? No, I don't think so. So we're going to go to the nearest whole number. You can't go to 12 because then you're paying more than 150. So you have to go down. So you can buy a maximum of 11. 11. Closest one. Write a sentence. You can buy 11 books of books. I need to figure out my total cost. So I'm going to plug in X or B. So I have 11 books, so I'm going to put that where B is and multiply, and then add my shipping. Total cost. If I subtract that away from 150, 150 minus 148, 88. Maddie, how much money do I have left?
I don't know.
You do know, you have it written down. So I have, you have $1.12 left or remaining.